today I wanted to share some simple practices. We won't be moving around very much. Some simple practices of getting us into our breath, getting us into our voice as a way of grounding into the body. And working with the voice, working with simple chanting, activating the voice is a very direct way of quite literally changing the vibration within the body. So changing the vibration within the cells of the body, feeling a different kind of vibration within the cells of the body. So as we all are aware, our thought is energy. Energy becomes manifest physically. So whatever is thought processes that we are currently running in our story in our mind creates our reality of our environment. So if we're feeling stuck in a certain way of thinking, or if there's a lot of concerns or information coming from the outside, and we really want to come into ourselves and come into a clearer space within our own physical and energetic system, then working with the breath and working with sound is a very simple way to do this. And the great thing about doing this with the video and the privacy of your own home is that you can choose a time and a space where no one can hear you and no one can see you, and you can really enjoy without any of the self-consciousness that maybe can arise in a class setting. So I welcome you to explore fully and celebrate your voice. I'm going to turn slightly side on so that you can see the movement. So to begin with, we're going to activate the breath with the lion's breath, which a lot of us have done before, and that helps to clear out all the stale air out of the bottom of the lungs. And it's a physical, gross movement. It's very simple to feel like we're really involved with it. So we start. You can do this. All of these you can do sitting in a chair. So we start with the hands, palms face down, relaxing the jaw and the throat, relaxing the eyes within the eye sockets, and take a moment to, as you exhale, to sink down and feel into the place where your heels and your sitting bones meet. Now I've got a block between my heels and my sitting bones. You can have a folded blanket or rolled up mat. So let the breath drop you down into the points of contact with yourself. Palms on the knees, sitting bones on the block of the heels. And let the breath drop you down into the place where you contact the floor, the surface that you're sitting with. And take your awareness and your mind underneath the floor and into the earth, into the ground. And picture a point, maybe a meter or so, below the surface of the earth, or into the ground, into the earth. And let your roots, let your energetic body drop into that deep place within the earth and find its roots, so find its place to settle and relax there. And spread out, spread your roots out underneath the surface of the earth. Go down, down, down. Find a comfortable place to nestle and settle. If at any point during the practice you're feeling physically uncomfortable, then get out. It's very difficult to let your roots drop down if you're feeling like, oh, my knees and my ankles are hurting. So get comfortable to really feel like you can settle and spread and claim your spot upon this earth. No one else is claiming this spot right now. And then as we breathe in, we're going to envisage or imagine in our mind's eye, drawing the breath from deep inside the earth, coming in through the root of the spine, that's between the perineum, between the pubic bone and the coccyx, breathing in, up through the center of the spinal column, the central energy channel, up and out through the crown of the head. So we're opening out into the space and the infinite universe above the crown of your head. So you're opening that space above your crown. Then breathing into that space. Keeping that connection as you exhale, Drop the line of energy, drop the breath down, 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 and deep into the earth again. In-breath draws nourishment, draws energy up from the earth, opening into your crown, just like the image of a tree, opening into the crown of the tree, the branches, the leaves, expanding into the spring sunlight. And then exhaling, keeping that sense of space and openness, but dropping down, 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 feeling that earthy, rooty, solid connection through your body, beyond your physical body. So 3 more breath cycles, organizing, clarifying with this parallel breath running through the center of your system. Feeling that uprightness, that spaciousness, that lightness in your upper body. And with every exhalation, just consciously releasing and letting go of any tension or holding that you might be feeling, maybe around your shoulders and your arm bones, settling into your elbows, relaxing your hands. There's always going to be a little bit of holding, so we're constantly dropping, letting go, but without collapsing. So we have the strength and the energy of this breath moving up and down. And all the while we're surrendering all of our tension and our holding into the gravitational pull, which is connecting us deeply into the earth. Relaxing the lower jaw, relaxing the muscles of the face and across the forehead and the hairline. Sometimes it can be useful to touch those places just to remind yourself, or you can bring your mind's eye into those places, into all of the joints progressing from the jaw, neck, shoulders, arm bones, elbows, wrists, fingers, ribs, front and back, where they meet the spine and the breastbone, into the pelvis. At any point, if you need to come out and stretch, that's great. You can do that in your own rhythm and pace. So carrying on with the lion's breath, in through the nose, out through the mouth. So the key thing is to keep the jaw soft, even though the tongue is coming out. It's coming out long ways, it's coming out width ways. And the eyes are opening and looking up towards the third eye center. We'll do it 3 times. Relax to fill, let the breath fill into front and back sides of the ribs. Tongue, throat relaxes in. Open the nostrils to receive the next full in breath. It should feel stretchy. You should feel that, the new stretch all around your mouth and jaw and tongue. So now, woken up a bit, we're going to shake out the wrists and the hands, and it's an opportunity now maybe to release the ankles. So I'm circling my ankles, circling my palms, rolling my feet around on the floor, stretching your mouth in all directions. So really chewing into one cheek, into the other. That makes me want to move my shoulders and elbows. So you can, of course, stand up, move around the room. we've been recently got chickens, and we're really enjoying watching the way that they come onto one leg and they consciously plant their feet down, and they're so steady. It's amazing. So in that sense, we can move out into the, stretch your fingers, stretch out into your peripheries, stretch out through your feet, through your toes, open your fingers. These are all expressions of this opening, and we're looking for this opening breath. And face, all those things. You might want to have a little sigh. All these, activating the tongue and the throat helps to release that all that stuck energy of the things that we don't say, that we wish we could said. So another thing we're going to do is we're going to come into the 4 thumps. So borrowed beautifully from the lovely Donna Eden energy medicine routine, which I will share with you. Very simple practices. This feels good to tap the thymus, to tap the breastbone. It's activating the immune system, always helpful, and it's good for processing shock. So if you have a physical shock, let's say you nearly fell over and you feel a bit shaky, or you have an emotional shock, or you're feeling quite shocked with what's going on in our community and in the wider context of the world at the moment, and you feel like, oh, it's in my body, it doesn't need to get stuck in your body. So tap, tap, tap. Really easy to do, and you tap as vigorously or as lightly as feels good for you. Then we're going to carry on with our tapping. This is the stomach, top of the stomach meridian. This, and the end is the big second toe. So this is helping to move energy down, ground, and then my favorite, kidney, breastbone, underneath the collarbones, either side of the dips here. So bottom point here is the solar plexus point at the bottom of the feet. This is where we, like a straw, plug into the surface of the earth through this point. Give it a little squeeze, touch it. It's like I plug my foot into a plug socket. Plug your feet into the ground. You're going to receive energy coming up from the earth into the body. So all of that parallel breath, it's about giving, and we're releasing, flowing into the earth, but we're also receiving back up, and we can do that with the movement of the hands. So I really invite you to take these practices and make them your own, blend them till you feel it's about us connecting and feeling part of the everything. But first we have to physically get into this body. So here we are, tap, tap, tapping, feeling the physical body. This is very energizing. It'll help to support your energy throughout the day. And here we go on the lovely spleen, which is, if you had a bra on, it would be around the side of the body. You can tap like this, or if you can get your hands around digesting, processing, metabolizing food, emotions, information. Really good at this point. So thank you very much, Donna Eden. Thank you very much to my lovely friend Simone Soloweski for her she does weekly offerings, energy medicine offerings. If you want to explore that more, I think her website is Energy in Flow. Just do a little plug there. So that's your 4 thumps. Do them daily. Simple, easy. And now we're going to come back. I've lost my thread. That's it. Activating the breath. So another way of helping to clear out the breath is working with our active exhalation, completely passive inhalation. So we're going to try this. This is the Kapalabhati. This is shining skull. The visualization is third eye. So the intention is to clear and clean the energy flow around the skull and around the brain, and it's great for activating the diaphragm, making the diaphragm work, and connecting us with the invitation that the breath we can receive the breath into the body. We don't have to suck and draw the breath in. We're just open to receive the breath. So I will go through it and then join in as much as feels good for you. The important thing with any pranayama is that your breathing feels relaxed. If you're starting to feel at all anxious, or you can't get your breath and you're not getting enough of what you need, simply stop, let the normal breath rhythm resume, and then try again. So hand can go here on the diaphragm, and then the breath is out through the nostrils. Good to have a tissue handy, as we're going to be really activating out through the nasal passages. So maybe you can see. So I let the breath settle before my next round. Natural rhythm is about 3 rounds. Maybe you start off and you do 3 short breaths. And if it feels that you're running out of breath, then you need to refine the technique, because the in-breath, we breathe out and the in-breath spontaneously bounces back in. So we're not using all of one breath. We're doing out-breath, in-breath, out-breath, in-breath, out-breath, in-breath, out-breath, in-breath. If you feel like it's getting irregular, keep it really short. Keep the cycles really short and do many of them. You can do Kapalabhati very vigorously. It sounds like an express train. You can do them very softly and very subtly. When we breathe in again, pay attention to how you can relax the body. Be patient and allow the in-breath to come to you. So it might take a little bit of a leap of faith to just relax, to open the nostrils, physically open the nostrils to let the breath in, to allow the breath maybe to flow more into, envisage it, picture it, flowing not only into the front of the ribs, but the side of the ribs, the back of the rib cage. So we'll do another couple of rounds together, and you can do it fast, you can do it slow. What to do with the hands? I like to rest the hands on the back of the hands on my knees, and we can take the chin mudra, which is thumb and first finger connected. So again, that helps to encourage the energy to flow in a particular way in the body, and we're just being mindful of what the whole of the body is doing. My feet are on the floor, nice and open, plugged in. My bottom is seated and comfortable. My spine is upright, very important, and I feel relaxed. Breath comes in. Letting the breath settle into your normal rhythm. From here, we can simply drop the weight of the ear, keeping the spine, the chin tucked in, and let the weight, as if you're pouring the weight out through, the weight of the brain out through one ear, and let the other arm gently open and extend down in the other direction. Releasing, and then the weight pours. We can let the palm open and gently draw that palm down to root. Just creates a nice opening. You might feel it down through the sleeve of your arm. Of course, you can do this standing. Gently rooting down that arm. And then so when we lift the shoulders, let the breastbone lift up and the shoulder blades go back down. So wanting to move the shoulder blades on the back of the body. So the arms can come into. Allow your spine to change shape as the shoulders come up and back and the elbows come down and around, and you can come the other way. So we're flexing and extending the spine. And as we flex and extend the spine, that's where the diaphragm attaches to. So it's all breathing and spinal movement is so such an integrated connection. From here, it's a really nice way to do a forward bend. Feeling yourself fold deeply from your hips. I've taken my feet a little bit forward so they're right underneath my knees. I'm going to lay my torso down on the support of my thighs, and then I can focus on my hands coming down towards my shins or onto my toes, and my elbows can keep my knees in line with my hips, and I'm breathing in. So as I breathe in, this is going to press against my thighs. I'm going to be very aware of the work that my in-breath has to do. Then I can maybe start to allow this part of my body or the back of my body expand, because the capacity here is limited. So we're inviting the side and the back of the body to open, and right up between the shoulder blades. Feel yourself lift a little bit on the in-breath, the buoyancy of the in-breath, and then relax and release on the out-breath. 3 or 4 times. As we do this, we can also really consider the rooting, keep the breath going, the rooting of the big toe and the inner heel, and the little toe joint and the outer heel, and the alignment of the knees with the hips. So feeling that connection out through the outer knees into the outer hips and buttock, and from the inner groin to the inner knees and the inner ankles. So we can be very connected, and that will help to give us that feedback through the legs and right back into the pelvis as we massage the spine, as we really connect with this expanding and condensing movement of the lungs. So now I'd like to invite you all to come onto we do have to do this kneeling, because it's a very specific action with the hands, the hand gestures, the mudras, into this part. So it's the crease of the groin. So the first is inviting the breath into the lower part of the lungs. So you might feel your belly expand more. And this hand gesture is Chin Mudra. So we lift up and we connect We're not pressing so it hurts, but we're plugging in and letting the fingers be sucked back. So my fingers look like, my hands look like that. And we're going to work with sound, because sound helps us connect with, well, what's the breath doing? Is it short? Is it long? Does it feel easy? Does it feel stilted? So in this position, we're connecting with the sound ah. And as we do so, let your jaw relax. Allow the vibration to come from deep inside your belly. It can help to envisage that you're sending the sound out to a point on the horizon. 3 times. Let your belly and your diaphragm work for you. Relax at the end of the out breath. Let the in breath come in of its own accord. Your rhythm is going to be a different speed to mine. The next breath, begin with the deep breath into the belly. And as you feel the breath move out of the belly, you might feel the abdominal muscles start to be drawn into action, and the diaphragm is being deeply activated, and this will help to push the air out of your belly, keeping your chest and throat nice and soft, and relaxing at the end of the sound. Maybe you notice that the breath comes in a different way. The next mudra, I remember this, is the thumb wrapped. Let's see, thumb wrapped. Yep, the thumb is wrapped like a little mini sausage roll. And it's the, hang on. Yes. It is the inner, the thumb here nestling in towards it, the center line. And then this sound, the ooh sound, is in the middle part of the lungs, so around the rib cage, the chest area. Ooh. I can feel my rib cage expanding now, more than my belly. Ooh, really make an O with your mouth. Ooh. And last time. Ooh. So this time we take the hands, same position, and we're going to turn them into, I'm wondering now if I've got my hand gestures right. It's the annoying thing about a video, isn't it? Okay, so, because this is the last position here when we put it all together. So, Chin Mudra, ah sound. Ooh sound is the fingers. Ah sound is this shape. Ooh sound is this shape. So the fingers are wrapped in. Sorry everyone, it's not going to do any harm. But the sound is fingers closed into the fist, still making that little shape there. Now we're repeating this for the sound at the top of the lung. So just to recap, ah sound, chin mudra, ah, deep down. Ooh sound, close your fingers in, still close your thumb and your first finger. Ooh sound into the middle part of the chest. Now we're moving up to the upper chest, front and back, and it is this mudra now with the sausage roll hands. And then we're going to put it all together at the end when we turn our thumbs out and we go ah, ooh, and we make the om sound together. Relaxing for the in-breath. As you focus on the sound, imagine and visage your breath coming from between your shoulder blades, around the breastbone, underneath the collarbones. Keep your face and jaw relaxed. Receive the in-breath. Last time. Keep the same hand position, and we're going to turn the thumbs out. So a little curly welly thumb there, the little fingers in, and obviously stretch out if you need to with your feet or your legs. And the little fingers are just below, just around the bra line, and then nestling in. And this time we're going to do the ah, ooh, all together. So if you want to, you can come sit if you're struggling with your position. Ah, ooh, and we'll do that 3 times. It's the mantra of the sound of everything, of the encompassing the entire universe, the om sound. Relax your hands. Just relaxing into this new connection with breath. Notice the quality of your mind. You're aware of any sensations in the body. Working deeply with the breath, activating the diaphragm, which is the, if you like, the portal, the doorway between the conscious and unconscious in the body. It can bring up an emotional state, can put us in touch with, perhaps more accurately, our emotional selves. So we might find that emotion arises, or other sensation arises, it may not always feel comfortable or easy, but creating a container to receive whatever arises. Connected down into the earth with your feet, with your root, open to the universe above, and we can let this wave of breath, let this wave of sensation, this wave of feeling move through us, and simply quietly observing, making space for, making room for. So at this point in your practice, tune in to what it is that you need. You might feel you need to come up and really and shake and ground and do something physical and out there. You might feel actually you want to tune in and make the most of this lovely connection with breath and bring it through the spine, so we can come on to the back of the body with the heels and the knees connected, root through the feet. Let that wave of breath move right the way up through the spinal column, and consciously unfurling and unfolding and undoing the spine as you release back down. You may want to integrate left and right with the breath, exhaling to the side, inhaling to the center. So I invite you to take a few moments to connect with that part of that impetus, that impulse that you have, that authentic connection with your body that says, I want to do this. So take a couple of minutes now. Move your body, rotate your body. It might just be lying down, relaxing. I'm going to hold the space with you. Just a reminder that wherever we're standing, sitting or lying, that we are connected to the earth and supported by the earth. That we're connected to the air and supported by the breath that moves through us. We're connected to the fire, that impetus, that drive, that desire to do something. And we are connected to the water, that flow, that fluidity, that softness, the ease with which we're moving. Whatever the movement is right for you, holding that support of all those different elements, the earth, the support, the fluidity and flow of the water, the impetus, the drive and the passion of the fire, and the clarity and the lightness and the nourishment of the breath. And then once you've finished your physical practice, then I invite you just to come to relax. It could be sitting, it could be lying, be comfortable. Moment of stillness before you get on with the rest of your day. It's amazing how busy one can be when one is at home with supposedly nowhere to go and nothing to do. So actually to give yourself this half hour, 40-minute space is really valuable and well done, because it can be difficult coming out of our daily rhythm to find those places for ourselves. So feel free to dip into different parts of the practice. But for now, relaxing, letting go. If you're doing this in the daylight, enjoying the the heat and the light and the warmth of the spring just permeating. Find a spot, like a cat, find a spot in the sunshine to lie down. To connect. If you're doing this in the evening, then be warm enough, be quiet enough. You can maybe take this into your bed and settle down and then let yourself go straight to sleep. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, awareness. Breathing out, relaxation. Breathing in, breathing out. Awareness, relaxation. May all beings be well. May all beings be free from suffering. May all beings be at peace. Namaste.